And if you're doing 7, 8, or 9 figures, if you're spending tons of money generating awareness and you're not on Amazon, well, people are going to Amazon, they're searching for your brand, and I can show you the tools that if you're not there, they're buying other people's products, and I can show exactly how much they're buying.
Meet Jordan West, the mastermind behind Social Commerce Club and the go-to expert in scaling e-commerce brands. Founder of Social Commerce Club, host of Secrets to Scaling Your E-commerce Brand, e-commerce growth hacker, and a social commerce pioneer. If you're ready to scale your brand, drive real results, and harness the power of social commerce, Jordan West is your guy. Follow him now and take your e-commerce game to the next level.
Hey guys, Jordan West back with another episode of Secrets to Scaling Your E-commerce Brand. I've got a great guest that is on the show today. Him and I were chatting, and I was like, I just got to hit record because there's going to be some good stuff here. Ken, for people who don't know anything about you, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you are up to these days, and then we're going to get into it. This is going to be tactical, practical. For anyone in e-com, today is going to be a masterclass in both Amazon, TikTok, in just growth in general.
Awesome, man. Yeah, grateful to be on here. I've personally been involved in e-commerce for the last decade, started my own brand from scratch, super bootstrapped, scaled it to a few million, which led to exiting that company. We were one of the first people to ever exit their business to Thrasio, which they paid me a lot of money and then crashed and burned my brand, but I'm grateful for them. And since then, I've got into brand management in a major way. Just last year, 2024 alone, we managed over $200 million worth of revenue on Amazon alone for some of the top brands in the world. Ridge Wallets, Hexclad, BK Beauty, Obvi, kind of the who's who in the D2C world. And I get to really...
Yeah, you really nailed all the logos, hey? Like, it was like, okay, which logos can I get? Ridge?
Gotta catch them all. Yeah. So it's been incredible. And I get to really witness the power of this halo effect of what happens when people are really advertising aggressively in all these different channels, whether that be TikTok or just, paid growth, whatever that may be, and see what happens with that traffic when it comes to Amazon.
Totally. One interesting thing, actually, I was chatting about, and I was about to tell you this, and I was like, no, I'm just going to record because I want everyone else to hear this. So I've been, over the last year, people probably know I've been doing these accelerators to help teach other agencies how to do TikTok Shop, because there's just so many people that need help on TikTok Shop. Social Commerce Club, for us, we've gone quite up market. We're now working with we work with global key accounts, so brands like 4 billion and above. And it's great, really fun to get a lot of them on. Really, really long sales cycle. Any agency people out there, just know it's, that plus net 90 terms isn't like, the funnest thing in the world, but those logos are amazing. So teaching a bunch of agencies about this, and a lot of Amazon agencies come in and it's difficult to understand. And it sounds like you get this, Ken, but they don't really get it because TikTok and other channels, right? D2C is really all about demand gen. Right? Yeah. Demand generation, whereas Amazon has typically been about demand capture, right? And so you have to get into this incredibly new way to do things, right? Where you're like, okay, like all of the questions and I just got off of a call here, all the questions, the majority were from an Amazon agency that are just like really trying to wrap their head around, how do we do this, right? Like, how do we actually, generate demand in a market, which is so different than what you do on Amazon?
100% different. Express the exact same thing as well to all of my clients. I express that same thing as well to all of my clients. Amazon is really pretty much as bottom of funnel as it gets. Like, yes, there's some browsing keywords, but how do you buy things on Amazon? You make a search query, you click search, and then whatever appears at the top, you are more likely to buy. So the whole name of the game of success on Amazon is understanding how much volume is coming through there and how to understand the algorithm in a way that Amazon wants to rank you higher, having a superior conversion rate than the market average for your most important keywords. So I've logged into TikTok Seller Center one time and I was like, you know what? I need to work with someone that is going to be the master at this, because I devoted the last 10 years to mastering Seller Central within Amazon, and it is a totally different game. Demand generation is totally different than understanding the data to efficiently capture demand that is already existing, which is the experience of Amazon.
So walk me through why do these brands come to you, and why, like, so for somebody like a Hexclad or a Ridge, right? Like, I would think people would just be purchasing their products anyway, right? Like, wouldn't people be going there and specifically buying Hexclad, or is there actual incrementality on Amazon? Because I do make this argument a lot of like, for smaller brands now, for smaller brands, I'm like, do you really need to be like, if you're in a specific niche, do you really need to be advertising? Genuine question.
Yeah, well, our core business is working with 7, 8, and 9-figure D2C brands and running their Amazon accounts, right? Most people in these D2C brands, they don't have an in-house Amazon expert, right? Like, yes, people are going and searching for Hexclad on Amazon, right? Now, Hexclad did over $100 million on Amazon last year. Imagine the amount of
that really surprises me.
Imagine the amount of inventory forecasting to stay in stock, to run your deals properly, to understand efficient ad spend, and how to put those in different buckets of like, okay, how do we advertise for the branded search volume that is already existing, which we want to be lean, but people are bidding on branded search volume. Your competitors are trying to steal your branded search volume on Amazon versus how do we go after those non-branded search terms, which is the incremental addition of Amazon. However, there's all the, I love playing with all my tools. I have all the best tools for Amazon that we use to understand and interpret the data of Amazon. And if you're doing 7, 8, or 9 figures, if you're spending tons of money generating awareness and you're not on Amazon, well, people are going to Amazon, they're searching for your brand, and I can show you the tools that if you're not there, they're buying other people's products, and I can show exactly how much they're buying. So it is this interconnected web of Meta, usually Meta is the main driver, Google Ads, TikTok Shop, just is a crazy, anomaly of what a brand does when it goes viral is insane of how that spills over. What is insane to see how that spills over into all other markets.
So walk me through that. Walk me through the branded, because I just despise branded search terms on Google. I despise having to pay for your own brand. I just think that that's a ridiculous thing. But you're telling me that, like, no, you really need to if you want to maintain sales. People will go somewhere else, even if they're searching for your brand. Is that like, where do you find that data, and like, walk me through that?
Yeah, of course that sucks that you have to bid for, that you have to protect your own brand, right? Now there's some incredible data Amazon gives you, but they spit it out in a very ugly way called search query performance, where it tells you every single keyword that is leading to a purchase for your brand. I'm lucky that my wife has a master's in data science and builds out really amazing dashboards from our company now, where we interpret that. So what we do is correlate our market. We want to find out what is our market share for our branded search volume on Amazon for all of our brands. And we want to maintain at least 80 to 90%. Everyone wants 100%, right? But there's a war going on if you're a big brand where people are bidding, and there's a whole economy around people bidding for the search term Ridge Wallets or Ridge Wallets for Men. And we can see very clearly, it's like, hey, well, if we spend $0 on that, your market share will go down time and time again. Now, the whole thing is, how can we spend the least while maintaining that high, preferably 85% or above market share, right? So it's a level of just efficiency. It is what it is. Amazon wins.
But is this because is this because like somebody can spin up that same product and commoditize it? Like, is that essentially why you can do this? Because these products become commodities? Or is the brand like is somebody more looking to solve a product problem rather than being like, oh, I want Ridge specifically?
Ridge in particular is a very interesting example because they have a patent for that product that, many people were infringing upon for many years. So Ridge sells on average over, $90 a pop. And then all these people knock off the patent, which they're in the process of being a mass takedown, which is exciting to see. But, then someone's selling, a factory in China probably selling that similar looking product with the exact same renders for, say, $7, right?
Gotcha.
They're bidding on that term. And so someone's going to come in with a Me Too product, and there's this ton of people just trying to capitalize off of this. They're looking at the data, they're seeing what people are searching for, and then they're making a Me Too product that will come in and try to steal some of that. So it's ugly.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Okay. Gotcha. So walk me through what you have seen with the halo effect from different channels, right? Like, number one, I'd love to hear from your wife's data science perspective, right? Like, how do you measure that? Because I think people are having a very difficult time understanding. It's like anecdotal, like you can see it, right? How do you measure that halo? And then I'd love to get into BK Beauty, because I think that that's a really interesting case
incredible
of what happened when they went on Amazon and all of this demand capture that actually may not have gone anywhere previously.
Yeah, it's very interesting, right? I mean, the way to measure that once that traffic is in the Amazon ecosystem, and there's all these tools, Datarova is my favorite keyword research tool that I'm not really associated with, but you're simply measuring and you want to share that and integrate with the greater company. So we're an Amazon agency, but we want to be an extension of the full business, right? And so we can show how much searches are being generated, how much purchases are occurring for all of their brand, right? So they are measuring, okay, well, here's our ad dollars, and we know that this is our, return on ad spend. But hey, when you actually factor in all that branded search volume that's being generated on Amazon, hey, actually your ad dollars are becoming more efficient. So it's understanding that, first of all. And then the halo effect is real, guys. I mean, over a year ago, we started working with a dream client, Paul and his wife and team from BK Beauty. We went from not being on Amazon to making our first sale. And then within 56 days, we literally hit $1 million in revenue.
Wow.
$0 to $1 million in revenue on Amazon in 56 days because they're crushing on TikTok Shop. But the coolest thing for me is so then all we do is Amazon, right? So they don't have to scramble and be like, oh, how do we run ads? How do we do this? How do we stay in stock? We're doing all of that for them. But in addition, the cool thing for me to see is like, wow, look at all these non-branded organic search terms that we're ranking well for, say foundation brush or whatever that may be. When someone goes on Amazon, they search for your brand name plus your main keyword.
Gotcha.
Ridge, wallet for men, whatever that may be. Yeah. You're getting a little cookie, you're getting a little treat in your bucket, right? For that non-branded search term as well. And so you are getting an advantage where you're capturing your branded search volume in a more efficient way, but then you begin ranking better for your non-branded search terms. And then you get to play that game. You're generating a lot of reviews. You have a nice fat margin if you're a great D2C brand, and you're taking advantage of Amazon, which is the biggest marketplace in the United States, if not the whole world.
How many of those sales do you think for BK Beauty in general of that $1 million would have happened on? So obviously they weren't going to happen on TikTok Shop, right? So we know that. We know that the halo that people just left TikTok Shop and they came over to Amazon during that time. How many of those sales do you think would have went and happened on their D2C site? How many of those sales that happened on Amazon, right, would have happened on D2C instead, right? Like that's the question.
That's such a great point. So many people, you, myself, often prefer the Amazon shopping experience, okay? Now, yes, it is more profitable when they make an acquisition on your website, but what is happening is someone is going to Amazon, searching for your main keyword, and then the Me Too products are probably cheaper as well, right? So yes, someone may go to your website or may go to Amazon, see that you're not on Amazon, and they're so loyal to you that they say, they're not here, let me go back to their website. Yes, that will happen. But what I show brands all the time is, hey, I will show you how many purchases are occurring for your brand on Amazon and someone else is making it. And I can show you, hey, this other seller is making thousands of sales a month just because you're not on Amazon. They're literally, Amazon will tell you those numbers of who's making those purchases for your branded search volume, if you're there or not.
Well, Ridge is such a good example, right? Because somebody would go put in Ridge wallet or whatever that is, and Amazon is smart enough to put all of those listings there. Like if they weren't there on Amazon, then all of that search volume, because the amount of people, do you have any stats around this? So the amount of people that just will not buy like on a D2C site or on a different website? Because I imagine it's a very large amount of people, especially if they have.
Yeah, you have to figure out what the exact numbers are. But I mean, somewhere over 50% of all online e-commerce transactions occur on Amazon, right? Wow. So I mean, we're talking, this is the United States, the biggest marketplace in the world, the biggest platform in the world. And so it's not just about just doing D2C with your Shopify or just doing TikTok Shop or just doing Amazon. The real synergy is who can really have mastery in all of these and figure out the synergy of how all these different platforms can work together. Simple as that. It's not just one or the other.
Totally. I'm totally there with you. Now, one of the things that I've seen is these Amazon first brands are having a hard time moving over to TikTok Shop.
Oh, definitely.
Are you seeing that, and why do you think that that's the case?
Well, my understanding of TikTok shops, and my brother has his own 7-figure TikTok shops, which just totally revitalized his business, is, there is your product is very...
Talk me through that first, Ken, because that's interesting. So,
funniest story ever. My brother also exited his Amazon business for a very good amount of money. The person that bought the business crashed it, and then proceeded to give the business back to my brother. So he exited his business for several $100,000. Brand was crashed. He got it back for free, essentially, and then started his own TikTok journey. And within months, went viral to the moon. His Amazon store blows up, and now he's got a 7-figure TikTok shop store of his own. And how cool would it be to exit the same business twice? So we were just talking about that yesterday.
Wow, insane.
Yeah.
So how is he able to do that? Right? Like why, what do you think like the mindset shifts that he had to make were to do that comparatively to, he'd obviously been successful enough already on Amazon.
Yeah.
What like for the people who are listening to this that are Amazon first sellers, right? That think in a certain way, what mindset shifts do they have to make?
How can you really bring your product to life, right? Now, his particular product, which I'll just share, were these ear grips that stop your glasses from falling off. Right? That might not be the most exciting product. Okay? That's not the most exciting
product. That's a great product example.
There's an old school movie called The Jerk or something back in the day, and this guy, he invents glasses that stop them from falling off. And he does this thing where your glasses, you shake your head as much as you can and your glasses don't fall off, right? So my brother started making some silly videos about his glasses not falling off in different situations, went viral, and then currently has hundreds of people making videos, getting affiliate commission, and replicating what worked for him. So he has an army of people making videos, making money for him every single day, which is just like, that TikTok shop affiliate program is just so insane. But how can you really bring your product to life? Play around with AI as well. Like, hey, I have this. So also when people develop products to be TikTok first, right? They have some virality around the products and the branding, whatever that may be. So many people, if we have a bunch of boring Amazon products, not every product is going to work, but use your imagination, explore, ideate with AI, whatever that may be, and see, hey, what funny, controversial, what take can I put on this product that will allow it to pop off, essentially?
Totally. What's the biggest lever for you as an Amazon agency? And I love that you've got these big logos that you work with, right? Because a lot of these people do have Halo, right? They've got they've already got a brand. You didn't need to do the 0 to 1 with them for their brand, right? Whereas a lot of people, they go to D2C and they go to TikTok and it is 0 to 1, right? It's like, how do we get brand awareness here? Yeah. For these big brands, what's the biggest lever that you think that you pull? Like, where are you helping them make money and save money as an Amazon agency?
Yeah, I mean, especially just speaking about our core business, which is larger brands, you would be surprised. And that led me to get where I am now. Is like when I started working for some big brands, it's like, wow, these guys run out of stock too much. I was like, oh man, I could get paid a ton of money just by never running out of stock because I am going to be Amazon first and just pay attention to this platform as much as possible. But also, there's so many things. I'm extremely data oriented. We have built up the best dashboards in the business that allow us to manage over $200 million in a year and hopefully several $100 million more this year as well. How to run deals properly on Amazon, take advantage of huge deal seasons, how advertising dollars are spent during that time. Last year we spent over $30 million on Amazon alone. So we're talking about such big figures for each brand. And I don't do any long-term contracts or anything. I figure out how to financially position ourselves. I've built a team of 80 Amazon experts all over the world. And we figured out how to really have an infrastructure to run brands extremely wisely. But then as well, I understand deeply about keywords and data and what makes Amazon increase your product ranking. When you have a product that has a superior conversion rate than the market average for a particular keyword, and if you drive enough traffic to that keyword with some different levers like external traffic or paid advertising on platform, your ranking will increase. How much to push down the gas pedal, meaning with ad dollars, in order to find your maximum profitability point. I think we're really good at that. And that's our special sauce.
Isn't that the biggest argument for TikTok Shop and this TikTok Halo effect is that you have this search, find, buy behavior because they've seen it right there? Because that really is at the end of the day, like what's driving your search rankings. Am I right? Or
oh, big time. Search, find, buy, right? That is how
Did I use the term correctly?
Absolutely. So there's ways to do that artificially to increase your ranking. But hey, even better, generate that awareness in a real way and have an army of people that are searching for your product on Amazon. Your organic ranking will increase drastically. You'll make a ton of money. And TikTok shops is really, in the greater TikTok ecosystem and stuff and social shopping, seems to be the most cost-effective solution for creating mass brand awareness. And I'm, working with partners and exploring that whole world. I'm not going to be an expert myself, but I want to team up with the best in the business in order to generate that. Because then if I've got clients that are, doing 7 figures and beyond on Amazon, well, we get to work together for a very long time. And I believe TikTok shops is like the ultimate unlock for that.
What's so funny is like right now we're in the midst of, all I'll say is there's right now 5 people that want to partner with us because we understand this. And I know I see it all over the place. The problem is right now in TikTok shop and in social commerce, people don't get it yet. Like the amount of brands, like the amount of agencies that are out there that kind of get it, but don't really is crazy because I know because I train them, right? I'm like, it's a really weird world right now. This reminds me a lot of like Facebook ads of like 2014, 2015.
Exactly. If we could all go back in time, I was thinking about that yesterday. If I go back in time to like 2013, 2014, 2015, with what we all know now, we could all be crazy, crazy rich, right? Because that was the great opportunity. But people were figuring out it was a new thing. So you're in the right industry. So figuring this out is the cash cow and the great opportunity to explode your brand without having to bet your house on it, right? Like there's an opportunity where you can get millions of views. And I see from my brother and his success, I know what it looks like when you get 1 million views on TikTok shop, how much money that means in your bank account and what that looks like on Amazon as well.
And it continues on. Like we're seeing this even with small, like I've been helping some smaller brands just like get started on the consulting side because obviously at the agency we can't work with small brands. And but I've been helping them out just like with this like 0 to 1 phase. And it's incredible because they're like, yeah, weird, Amazon's up like 30%. Weird, D2C's up 30%. We're not spending more on Facebook. I'm like, it's the TikTok shop effect, right? I think Paul is the one who said it like ages ago, this TikTok shop effect, and I stole it from him. I'm like, it's my thing now, Paul. Sorry.
I think he tagged us when he said that because that was the 0 to 1 million. Like that was the case study right there for sure.
Totally. It's really incredible. Number one, what have I not asked you that I should have asked you?
Well, we could get into many things, but I am just the proof, and I get to experience and see every day in and day out what happens when people explore different channels and see the synergy that happens, because I have been getting to speak with the greatest CMOs in the e-commerce industry for the last many years, and just kind of see what happens behind the scenes, see what happens in their Slack channels, and the proof is out there and going, the virality component of TikTok shops and what that means for all different channels. And I would just say very clearly, we can only be experts at so many things. Yeah. I would like to think that I can fit in that use that word, apply that name to myself when it comes to Amazon. And then we can't be experts in everything. So finding the right partners, though, if you have a brand, a product you believe in, work with the best, do the best. And if you're an expert in one thing, then own that yourself, but don't hold yourself back either. Because, this is 2025 right now. And if you're not if you don't have your own Shopify, you're not doing TikTok shops and really going deep on that and committing with it. It's not an overnight thing necessarily, but creating it can be in some cases. We all see that too. But dedicating yourself to that and watching that flywheel occur, is how you make that 7-8 figure brand. And we're all in the e-commerce industry for a reason. Freedom of time, freedom of money, freedom of location. And it's been really good for me. And I've just devoted the last 10 years to doing that. And now we've got 80 plus people all over the world, and we're trying to do things just best in class with what we do. And yeah.
That's great. Thanks, Ken. Before we go, what are your top Amazon tools that you recommend people use?
Great question. Data Dive is the absolute, if you want to, so we do extremely thorough audits of everyone's account totally for free. And we use a full tool stack. And I'll tell you exactly what we use. You can use it yourself, or we can do it for you as well. Data Dive is a phenomenal tool where you can find your exact product if you're already on Amazon and the top competitors in the space. And it will essentially let you know from an SEO perspective how your product stacks up against the competitors. It will also reverse engineer every single keyword that is leading to a conversion, a purchase for your competitors, and stacks them all up and says, hey, these are the most important keywords. And it gives you a roadmap and say, hey, if I want to win, if I'm going into a new category, or I want to claim territory and climb up in this category, these are the keywords that I have to win. That's a phenomenal one. Datarova is amazing. Right now, though, I'm also we've developed just an internal tool where I'm playing with AI a lot. And I'll just like a little teaser tool, I'm not associated with this one, voiceofthecustomer.ai. allows you to download every single review for your own product and your major competitors. So we're talking about analyzing, taking the guesswork about creating your listings. Okay, so if you're on Amazon, you voice of the customer.ai will analyze tens to hundreds of thousands of reviews and will tell you who's buying it, why they bought it, when they bought it, what they tried before. It dissects every single aspect. So now what we're doing is we're getting all of that information, which is insane. We're creating unique customer avatars then with AI tools, being my tool of preference, that is geared towards, so it's like, oh, this is professional Patricia. He's 35 to 40 years old. This is their income. This is their shopping behavior. Da, 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 da. And then we use that to create AI image prompts. We use all the best tools and then finish off that with a human touch. And then we use, last but not least, a tool called Jungle Ace, which does A/B testing. So we're creating multiple iterations of listings and then testing those and just no one A/B tests on Amazon. It's very, very amateurish in that way. But what we're really trying to do is let the numbers speak, use AI and all the best source data to know who's buying your product and why, what they love, what they hate. And then we build listings around that with like sales psychology, colors, typography, everything that speaks to your unique customer avatar, and then test that for 3 months. That's what we've been implementing. And that's what we do is like a one-off service as well. But I just mentioned the tool stack. You can do it yourself as well.
Awesome. That's great. Well, we'll make sure to put contact info for Ken down in the show notes as well. So if that's something you guys want, if you want to take a look, and the majority of brands that listen to this are D2C brands, right? So D2C first, I think a lot of people have sort of shied away from Amazon over the years, though you've seen a lot of brands starting to come over there, right? Over the past few years. I am a fan of brands moving over and diversifying over into Amazon. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's probably funny for you to hear that as an Amazon first person, but like the majority of D2C brands don't want to do it, right?
D2C guys hate Amazon. I get it.
They do.
No hard feelings. We'll deal with it for you.
They hate Amazon, and yet if somebody's on TikTok Shop, I'm like, you have to be on Amazon. Like, you must be on Amazon, because that dopamine hit that they get on TikTok is very easily replicated over on Amazon because it's so simple to make a purchase. It doesn't work the same way on D2C. It is such a clunkier experience no matter how good your checkout is. It's just not the same experience.
Yeah, there you go.
Ken, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people follow you and find out more about what you're up to?
Yeah, guys, you can check out Ken the Free Man on Twitter, LinkedIn, or check us out at fullcircleagency.com. And if you're a D2C brand doing 7, 8, or 9 figures, or you're just really looking to step into the game of Amazon and see if it's even worthwhile, we'd love to talk to you.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Ken.
All right. Thank you.